Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to discuss the HITL, Human in the Loop design pattern. So here you will understand what HITL design pattern means, why human feedback is critical in AI and automated systems, and real world use case of HITL in modern applications. So let's begin without any delay. So what is HITL in agentic design pattern? So human in the loop means human actively supervise, guide or approve agent actions instead of letting agent observe, operate full autonomously. In agentic systems, HITL is a design choice, not a failure. It's improved the safety, trust, accuracy, and compliance. So, why HITL is critical in agentic systems? So, agentic AI systems are often action oriented. Unlike chatbot that only generate text, agent can plan, decide, and act in real world. So this power is exactly why HITL is non-negotiable in production systems. Let's break it down clearly. So what agentic AI can do? So first is plan multi-action steps. So AI agents decompose a goal in steps like goal, plan, subtask, and executions. So, for example, book is the cheapest flight and notify the users. So, its steps may include search flight, compare price, select options, book ticket, and send confirmations. So it is powerful, but it risky if we can plan wrong. Call tools API. So agent can query database, call payment API, send emails, and it triggers CI/CD pipelines. We can, if we talk about example, that is autonomous work, automated works, modify data or trigger workflows. So the agent may update records, delete files, create tickets, trigger downstream systems. For example, auto closing support tickets and deleting duplicate records. So HITL acts as a control layer. So what agent can get wrong? It's having the limitations. So but agent can hallucinate. So LLM can confidently produce incorrect informations, right? Why it happens? Why it's produced the incorrect informations? So it's maybe the missing context, weak retrieval, ambiguous prompts. So it having the impact. So agent books a non-existing flights, and agent cite a policy that does not exist. So HITL fixed human validate the facts. Agents escalate when confidence is low. Misinterpret intent. So agent infer intent probabilistically. For example, clean up the old user data. So the agent might delete inactive user, remove test data, archive logs. So agent HITL fixed human confirm intents here. It classifies the scope before executions. Make unsafe or costly decisions. So agent optimized for goals, not consequences. For example, choosing fastest API over cheapest, deleting data instead of archiving, sending mail to the wrong recipient. How HITL fix it? So it approve the gates for high risk actions and manual override capability. So why HITL is a safety layer? So HITL adds at different layer. If we talk about the risk, so hallucinations. So HITL human uh, helps to human fact checks. If the risk is wrong plan, then human review steps. So HITL is simple terms It is an agentic AI thinks and acts fast. So human thinks and judge carefully. So human in the loop ensure that the speed plus safety plus autonomy plus control plus automation plus accountability. So if an agent can cause damage, a human must able to stop it. So that why modern production systems are review loops and having the approval gates, confident weights based escalation and audit logs. So here is the core human in the loop pattern in agentic design. So human in the loop pattern define where, when and how human intervene in an agent lifecycle. So each pattern balance autonomy versus control based on the risk, control and uncertainty. First is the human review loops. It's validation before the actions. So the agent pr- propose a plan or output, but it cannot act until a human review it. So its patterns looks like the agent process, propose, human review, and then action execute it. So agents are good at generation and humans are good at judgments. So where this is used? It's used in legal document drafting. So human checks wording, complaints and legality. Next is a medical danger support. Med- medical diagnosis supports. So doctor validate before patient impact. Then financial recommendations. So advisor confirm risk tolerance and regulations. And then content modernizations. So human decide on borderline cases. Next is the human cues guidelines during the reasoning. So human intervene mid-execution to guide or constrain the agent reasoning. For example, do not use production database. It prefers cheap flight options. Follow company policy X. So these are the examples. Why this matters? Agent assume defaults. Human correct assumption early before and damage happens. And the benefits looks like keep agent flexible, it prevents wrong assumptions early and avoid based executions. Okay. Next is approval gates, hard stops. Why it is matters. So the agent cannot proceed without explicit human approval for sensitive actions. So common approval gates are action type, modern money transfer. This is mandatory approval required. Deleting data, mandatory approval required. Then sending emails, mandatory. Sending email, it could be optional, required. And read only query, that is not required approval here. So why this is critical. So some actions are irreversible and expensive in nature, security sensitive. So escalation on uncertainty, confidence awareness HITL. So the agent measure its own confidence and ask for humans to help for unsure. So how confidence is measured? Retrieval score, tools failures. Agent retrieval score, it could be other document are giving the relevant informations, right? Then tool failures and retries. So did the API fail repeatedly? Self-critic prompt. What could be the wrong here? Policy checks. Any violation is detected. So like that, this is the where how we are checking the confidence. Why this is powerful? So human intervene only when it's needed. It reduces the human fatigue. It improves the safety uh, autonomically. Next is the continue feedback loops. Human feedback is captured and reused to improve future behavior. It used for prompt refinement, tool selection, learning, and preference personalizations. and without, if I go without feedback, then again the repeat the same mistakes again and again. Next, what is the best practices for HITL in production? So in production, HITL is not adding people everywhere. It's about adding human only where they add value while keeping the system safe, auditable, and scalable. So for that, what you do? The best practices. First is log even every human decisions. So every time a human approved, rejects, modify, override an actions, it must be recorded. So it is important for accountability who approve that, what complaints, debugging agent mistakes and model improvement, and what to log, agent proposals, human decision, and timestamp reasoning comments and confident score. So if it was not logged, it did not happen. Next is make approval one click. So human approval should be fast, simple, and low frictions. Example, we can use the UI that having approve, reject, edit, or and approve. So it reduces the human fatigue, keep workflow fast, and increase proper oversight. If approval is painful, human will bypass it. So why approval is needed? So don't just ask for approval, explain the risk. So this action deletes production data and cannot be undone. So here the approval required. Allow override with justifications. So human can override the agents but must explain why approval despite low confidence due to emergency request. Why this is important? So it maintains the human authority, creates learning data, prevents silent failures. So from the production point of benefit, so this justification can be later, it could be improve prompts, the true confidence threshold, true and true tune also, and train evaluation model. And what should you avoid here? So asking humans to option fatigue. What is the problem here? It constant approval, too many alerts, and humans start clicking approve blindly. So it result false sense of safety, worse than no HITL. And what will be the solution here? Then confident, it you will go with confident based escalation. So HITL should be selective, not on constants. Black box decisions. So humans see final output, no reasoning, no data sources here. So as a result, it's having the low trust, slow review, and wrong approval. So how I can show? So it always good to show agent reasoning summary, retrieval source, and risk signal. So human cannot approve what they don't understand. And no trial, audit trial. What is the problem here? No record for of decision, no way to trace errors. So it having the real risk in financial penalties and legal exposure and loss of trust. So we should have a immutable logs and replayable decisions and pollution aligned storage. Auditability is not non-negotiable in production in AI. And when not to use HITL. So human in the loop is a powerful, but using it everywhere is a mistake. In some scenario, HITL add cost, latency, and fatigue without improving the safety. If the human judgment does not materially reduce risk, HITL should be avoided. Low risk automation. So tasks that are deterministics, have clear rules, and are easily reversible do not affect the user directly. Okay, so best approach to fully automate the pipeline: unit testing plus validation rule and monitoring instead of human review. If a script can do it safely, do not ask a human. High volume trivial tasks. So the task can happen on thousands or millions of times with low individual importance with similar structure every time. For example, auto tagging email, spam classification, sentiment labeling, image resizing, and bulk text summarization. So why HITL is harmful here to use? So human experience approval get fatigue, oversight become mechanical, and cost scale linearly with volume. So the best approach is could be use the confidence threshold, a spot checks, metrics based monitoring. So do not scale human of work machine do better. So read only analytics. So system where the agent reads data, analyze the patterns and generate the insight. Do not take the actions. For example, we can say the business dashboard, then trend analysis, KPI summaries, log analysis. So a proper data validation check it help here, and whatever the source we are using, that should be the very transparent and explainability. If nothing changes, then nothing needs to do approval. So the real risk of over using HITL is slower systems, burnout reviewer, rubber stamp approval, and higher operational costs. So this is the architectural uh, of HITL, and this is HITL architecture, agent architecture. So, so we can go step by steps. So this architecture show you how autonomous AI agent is safely controlled by humans using the risk analysis, approval gates, and auditability. At a high level, the agent can act autonomously, but human remain the final authority when risk is involved. So it start with the users. So the user is the goes to the air planner, the planner plus tools. So the user provides a goal, not instructions. For example, book the cheapest flight, clean up the inactive user, generate a compliance reports. So the AI agent responsible for understand the intents, planning steps, choosing the tools, and proposing the actions. Here, inside the AI agents, it's the planner and the tools. The planner break the goals into the steps, and tool calls having the tool API database external source and generated plans. So it is structured the action plan not executed yet. So at this stage the agent does not execute the risk actions. Second stage, risk compliance and analyzers. So this component decide how dangerous or uncertain the agent plan is. Think of it as the safety and governance layer. What is evaluates here? Risk level. Is the action is irreversible? Does it modify production data? Does it involve money or users? Next is second evaluation. It's confidence, quality of retrieved data, tool reliabilities, policy complaints, and internal self critics. So what the output will be here? Then risk plus confidence signal sent to the HITL controller. HITL extreme left, extreme right. Then HITL controller is the decision authorities. So the HITL control decide how much autonomy the agent gets, and it has three execution paths. First is auto execute. It used when risk is low, confidence is high, and action is reversible. For example, data formattings, read only query, and internal calculations. So it having the full autonomous and no human intervention here. Second one is review needed. It is used when output affects users, decision quality matters, and mistakes are recoverable. Examples here having the legal draft, financial recommendations, content moderations, and human reviews. It can edit or rejects. So agent execute only after the reviews. Next is require approval here. So it used when action is irreversible, high cost or complaints impacts, security sensitive. If we have the security sensitive some data, then we can use it here. For example, money transfer, deleting data, sending mass emails, bulk email, production changes. It having should be the hard stop, explicit approval required, justification logged here. So this is where agents are prevented from causing real damage. Next is human review and approvals. So what is the human role here? So human act as a risk judge, policy enforcer, and final decision maker. And what humans see: agent plan, reasoning summary, risk explanation, confidence score, and then data source. And what the human actions are there? It's approve, reject, and modify and approve. So human are not doing the work; they are just validating the decision here. Next is audit logs and feedback stores. Why this is critical? So every action must be traceable, auditable, explainable. So what gets logged here? We having the agent proposal, risk score, and it could be the human decision, timestamp, justification, and outcomes. So how this is used? It is used as a complaints audit, debugging failure, and it improve the prompts and adjust the confidence threshold. So if we talk about like end-to-end flow summary of this architecture, so if I start with the user, then it goes to the AI plan, it having the plan plus two selections, and then it goes to the risk and compliance analyzer, then it goes to the HITL controller, then in a HITL control having auto execute and review needed, means human review is there, and review required approval, then human approval is there, then it goes to the human approval. This is the human review and approval, and next is the audit log and feedback stored. So why this architecture works into the production? So it having the safety, scalability, trust, confidence, and learning. Okay, so this architecture balance autonomy with accountability, like adjust agent thinks fast, human judge risks, and system stay safe, and organization stay complaints. So this is all about the architecture of HITL, human in the loop. So that's all for a video. If this video helped you to understand HITL, human in the loop, agent design pattern, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you in next one.